Yo, what's up everyone? Today is so beautiful outside. It is sunny right now, and I have not gone on a solo hike for a very long time. It's probably been like since the end of January since I've gone on a solo hike on my own. So I've been wanting to go on a hike today, seeing what the weather's good. But the only problem is that I couldn't decide where to go. So I decided to put all the different hiking options right here on these little pieces of paper. And I'm gonna pull one at random from this hat. And we're just gonna go and see what adventure lies ahead of us. So yeah, without further ado, let us pick. And I'm actually super nervous about this because I've never done something like this before. And I'm curious of where we're gonna go. Here we go. We've got something. Let's open this up. Ooh! So we got the Trappers Trail, which is in Lake Superior Provincial Park. This is, I think, one of the furthest north options that I have in my hat, so it's actually kind of exciting. And it's not really like a demanding trail or anything like that, but hey, let the road trip begin. Well, we're not quite at Trappers Trail yet, but decided to stop at the Agua Bay overlook here just to have something to eat. We're about 40 minutes, I think, left to go, more or less, to get to Trappers Trail. But it's it's been a wonderful drive so far. Beautiful day. Can't complain. Gotta enjoy this while you can. I'm eating a cheese sandwich. Not bad. It doesn't get better than this. I think that was a really good break. Glad I stopped for a bit. Now got about 40 more minutes to go till we get to the Trappers Trail. So let's hit the road. So I went to check the road going into the Trapper Trail parking lot there, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of snow. The first little bit's not too bad, I could probably get through, but then right after there's quite a bit of deep snow still left in the bush, so I'm not going to risk it. There's no cell service out here, so I'm just parking out at the highway right at the entrance, And it's just a short walk in, so yeah, let's get ready to go. There's also a couple down trees on the road too, so it was a good idea just to park at the road. So I stand corrected. It definitely did not take me 40 minutes to get up here from my lunch break spot there at Agua Bay. It was about 15 minutes or so. So yeah, for some reason I thought this trail was a little bit further up the highway, but that's alright. Not an issue. But here we are. We're at the start of the Trappers Trail. There's a lot more snow here than I initially thought there would be. Otherwise, I probably would have packed some snow boots with me. But no worries at all. This trail is really short. It's only 1.5 kilometers. And it goes around a little lake. And so, yeah, it's pretty easy. I've done it before in the past, but although it's been quite a few years since I've done it. So it'll be interesting. I've never done it in the winter, or I guess the start of spring. But yeah, the hiking shoes should do just fine. If my feet get a little bit wet, it's not a big deal. It's a pretty short, easy hike, so yeah. Anyways, let's get started. So I've run into a bit of a problem. The trail is flooded. So yeah. I really wish I brought rubber boots with me. I should have. If I did, I would have just walked through this. But yeah, I'm not going to do that with my hiking shoes because it will definitely go above my ankle and my feet will be completely wet. And so, not a big deal. All we're going to do is just head back and then go the other way around, and then I don't know. So we've done about almost halfway here. So if we go back and we do another half, I think that will be pretty cool. But yeah, it's just the way it goes. You never know what you're going to expect, especially in early April. Well, I made it to the other side, and the snow is quite deep on this end. So I don't think I'm going to keep pressing on. So my feet are getting a little bit wet, so I think I'm probably going to turn back from this point. But regardless, the views are pretty incredible from this little lake. The mountain out in the distance there looks really cool, especially from the boardwalk that we just passed. Yeah, it's a really nice spot. It's too bad that we weren't able to do the full loop, but sometimes that's what happens in life. Not everything goes according to plan, and that's totally fine. I'm eating pasta. That's pretty good. So I decided to pull off to Agua Bay and make some dinner, because why not? Why rush home and make dinner at home when I could have one of the best views and locations for dinner? So might as well make the most of it. I've got the whole place to myself. That's kind of the nice thing about living up north in the off season. You get to enjoy the parks pretty much all by yourself, which is a very different experience for sure. In the summertime, there'd be lots of people around here. It'd still be beautiful and peaceful, but it's still really nice, despite having to wear a jacket and, brave the wind and elements a little bit. It's actually a really nice day. Now, if you know me, you know that I'm a bit of a metaphorical type of person. And for today's adventure not to go as planned is really not a surprise for me. I mean, ultimately, one of the first things that I ever learned in adventure recreation was a Sioux College course I took right after high school. The very first thing they taught us on the first day of school was the definition of an adventure. So it stuck with me to this day. From day one of college, they taught us that an adventure is an unknown outcome. And so this is a pretty good example of that. Yep, that hit the spot. Yeah, so honestly, you can kind of take this into consideration for almost anything in life. A lot of times we want to go and do something, achieve something, make something happen, and we start out on the trail, and then something happens. Something out of our control is in front of us that makes the path impassable. And so we're left with quite a few different options. Either try to traverse it and accept the consequences of that traverse, or if it's too serious of consequences, well, we're going to have to backtrack and try something else. Or potentially come back a different time when conditions are different or when we're better equipped. And so you can apply that to a lot of different things. Now, I don't know about you, but speaking from experience, I definitely have had situations where roadblocks like that completely become a buzzkill, completely just ruin the mood of everything. And that's kind of the interesting part about this whole experience, about picking a random place to go hiking out of a hat. So picking a random place to go hiking basically in itself, what's the best way to word it? Kind of introduced or accepted the whole idea of the adventure to become spontaneous, making it just go with the flow kind of deal. And so that by itself helped lower any expectations that I may have. Now, a lot of times when we want to go and do something, we have an idea for an adventure. I'm speaking kind of from experience. Sometimes we have these preconceived notions of like ideas of how it will, you know, pan out, how it will happen. And a lot of times, I know I get stressed out when something doesn't go according to plan, when something does not pan out the way that I envisioned it before. So yeah, sometimes, I'll have like a place in mind that I want to go. If I'm filming something or creating something there, sometimes I'll have this idea in my head of how it's going to look like, how it's going to, you know, appear and whatnot. And when things just don't go to plan and my expectations don't get met, well, then I've often in the past felt kind of defeated in a creative sense. Truthfully, who knows how this will even pan out. The trucks are just insane tonight. Gummy worms though. No slap. Oh yeah. I came down to the shoreline. I figure listening to waves and the wind is better than hearing transports on the highway. Well, nevertheless, yeah. There's always going to be something out of our control that's going to come in and disrupt our plans and whatever we want to accomplish. It happens to all of us. And so I still really enjoyed my time out today. Despite not being able to actually do the full hike, I still really enjoyed myself. I spent about 2 hours there, believe it or not. And yeah, I did a lot of filming, but I also took some time to just observe and be mindful of where I am and take it all in for what it is. And that was really special. And so I'm really thankful for that. Sometimes it's just not about finishing or completing the thing that we want. A lot of times we set a goal and we go and try to reach it, and we discover, there's actually something a lot better that we could do, or we don't really need to complete what we set ourselves out for. That all changes depending on what it is, but in today's case, I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out. When I woke up this morning, I had no idea what was to come. All I knew is that I wanted to have an adventure, and I did. And it's not even over yet. It's almost like 6 o'clock, and whoops. So like I was saying, it's almost about 6 o'clock. I'm out here on this beach, this beautiful beach, all by myself. There's so much solitude. It's beautiful. What more can I ask? And so I think I'm gonna walk the beach for a bit, take it all in, because life's really short. Might as well take advantage of the time we have and enjoy it, doing the things that we love. For me, it's stuff like this.
turns out there's a big river on the other side there. So I've got to walk this direction. That's why the angle's changing, by the way. The waves are getting pretty big. They're pretty small when I first got here. That shows the power of Lake Superior. I have no idea how this video is going to turn out, but sure I'm having fun doing it. So I don't know how to really conclude this video. It's been a really spontaneous trip. Very unplanned. And I kind of like it. And I think even if I didn't choose Trapper's Trail and come all the way up here to Lake Superior Park, I feel like even if I picked something closer to town, I mean, it would have been a completely different adventure, but I feel like I would still come away with the same sort of ideas and the same sort of, you know, I'm on loss of words right now. Brain fart. Yeah, I mean, essentially I feel like I would have experienced the same sort of thing. Probably would have experienced something unplanned that I would have to change, that I would have to work around with, most likely. But I would also, you know, be able to sort of slow down as well, experience nature. Because the reality is that you don't need to drive 2 hours to go and spend some time with yourself, to spend some time with nature. You don't need to do that. It's not necessary. You can find nature in a lot of places, even if you live in a large city. But it's all relative in terms of what you're into and what you like. For me personally, spending time up here up north and having access to places like this is a huge priority to my life. It's a big reason why I stay here. It's a big reason why I live here. And I realize that, you know, life's short, and I might as well make the most of the opportunities that I have. A gorgeous day like today. And yeah, may have not completed the Trapper's Trail today. It's funny how, like, you think back and like, oh, it's so optimistic at the very start of the trail. Oh, it's only 1.5 kilometers. We could do it. Deep snow, no problem. And life's just like, snow? No. Let's just flood the whole trail. So I think to just get an overall gist of it, you just can't take life way too seriously. You gotta have some flexibility. And if you're able to go with the flow, which I believe that most of us can, if we're willing to try, I'm sure there's a way. But yeah, if you're able to go with the flow and just kind of take things as they are, I think that's where we can fully be present and just in our happy place. To me, this is my happy place. And so I'm thankful I took that opportunity and, well, took the chance of trying something unknown and seeing where things lead me. Yeah, I guess that's kind of it for my little self-reflection. But anyways, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the evening, enjoy the drive back. Yeah. What a beautiful place. What a beautiful place.